Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Friday, July 4th, 2025. Fans can expect Adam Newman, Mark Grossman to crash Kane, Ashby's Billy Flynn party. Victor Newman, Eric Bredin stays one step ahead of his rival. Plus, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas, Scott Fears for Chancellor Industries. Future. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Make sure to check out our next week Y&R spoilers. Here, Adam Newman's crash. Let's begin with Adam, who has urgent information for Victor and everyone else at the party. The executive lands in France and heads straight to the party at Aristotle Dumas, aka Kane's estate. Now, Kane and Amanda Sinclair Michelle Morgan claimed the storm caused road damage. However, I wonder if Adam will get up there, no problem. After all, Kane was easily able to jet to Genoa City without the guests knowing about it. Read more. Find out what happened on the last episode of Y&R Business Alarm Bells when Adam arrives at the estate. He will have critical updates for Victor, Nikki, and Nick Newman. Joshua Morrow, even Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinel, agreed that it was very suspicious about all the bought-up real estate in the town. Of course, Adam will also mention that Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan ran into Kane. That will be quite interesting. To Victor, Adam and Chelsea figured out that Dumas and Kane are connected, but they have no idea they are the same person. So, when Adam faces Kane, it will be interesting. Nikki Newman's Fear the Young and the Restless. Spoilers for tomorrow's episode reveal that Nikki will fear for Chancellor's future. Nikki is so proud to be running the company. Not only was it a gift from Victor to her and a large company, but she does it to honor Catherine Chancellor's Jean Cooper legacy. So, someone like Kane stealing it up is concerning. Read this. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Kane has the upper hand. Who will dare to take him down? Cole Howard's death back in Genoa City. Victoria and Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron will be reeling from Cole Howard's J. Eddie Peck death. Claire will likely try to reach out to Kyle Abbott Michael Mealer, but won't be able to get a hold of him. Since Claire's name is on the list Kane gave to Holden Novak Nathan Owens, they will likely have another encounter. Claire will be devastated and grieving. So, in her emotional state, she might not realize what Holden is up to. In addition to that, will she make a huge mistake while Kyle is in the south of France? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Friday, July 4th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Fantastic. Let's dive into a creative, spoiler-style article for The Young and the Restless under the title, The Young and the Restless Spoilers. Friday, July 4th, Kane's party crasher, Chancellor fears. Nikki's fear. Here's a creative piece of around 2,000 words, written as a single, continuous narrative paragraph. In a spoilers article style, in the shimmering heat of Genoa City's Independence Day, fireworks may be crackling in the skies, but the real explosions are happening on the ground as The Young and the Restless heads into Friday, July 4th, with a blockbuster episode where secrets, schemes, and simmering fears ignite under the surface of a town gathering for celebration. And it all begins with preparations in full swing at the Grand Phoenix, where Phyllis Summers has pulled out every stop to host the city's most lavish 4th of July party, festooning the lobby in red, white, and blue ribbons and hiring a jazz band to serenade guests while trays of champagne and spangled desserts circulate among Genoa City's elite. But even as the festivities kick off, there's an undercurrent of tension rippling through the crowd, because whispers have already begun circulating that Kane Ashby is back in town, and not merely visiting but maneuvering for a power play that could rock Chancellor Winters to its core. And sure enough, as the camera cuts to a sleek black town car pulling up in front of the Grand Phoenix, the doors swing open and out steps Kane, looking sharper than ever in a tailored navy suit and a glint of cool confidence in his eyes, holding a small silver briefcase that seems to radiate secrets. And as he strides through the glass doors and into the party, the collective gasp that follows him is nearly as loud as the fireworks booming outside, with Lily, who's standing near the bar clutching a glass of white wine, visibly blanching when she sees him, while Billy Abbott just steps away, stiffens and moves protectively closer to Lily, determined to keep Kane from getting too close. But Kane, ever the charming strategist, simply flashes a smile and greets the crowd like a returning dignitary. offering polite nods and murmured happy fourths as he makes his way deeper into the party, where the energy becomes electric with curiosity and apprehension. And Phyllis, sensing both potential chaos and a juicy opportunity for drama, slithers up beside him to purr that she's surprised to see him crashing her event uninvited. But Kane simply raises an eyebrow and declares that he's just here to reconnect with old friends and enjoy the fireworks. Suggests he has far more calculated motives than simply celebrating the holiday. And as Kane floats through the party, he spots Jill's video call flashing on Lily's phone and can't resist making a beeline for her, interrupting Lily's conversation to purr a casual hello, ma'am, into the screen, leaving Jill momentarily speechless as she struggles to conceal her mixture of irritation and unease, warning him in no uncertain terms that if he's stirring up trouble over Chancellor Industries or trying to stake a new claim on Catherine's estate, he'll find her ready for battle. But Kane simply chuckles and assures her he's not here to make waves, though the glimmer in his gaze suggests precisely the opposite hand, then smoothly disconnects the call, leaving Lily seething and Jill hurling curses at her laptop screen halfway across the world. And meanwhile, the whispers of Kane's presence begin traveling like wildfire across the party floor, reaching Devin Hamilton, who arrives with Abby Newman on his arm, having come straight from a tense emergency meeting with Chancellor Winter's legal counsel, where they debated the very real possibility that Kane has acquired documents challenging Catherine, Chancellor's will once again. A scenario that could plunge the entire company into years of legal purgatory and tank its market value. And Devin, already exhausted and on edge from Victor Newman's corporate maneuvers to seize a stake in the company, nearly snaps when he spots Kane chatting amiably with Summer Newman near the dessert table, and he barrels over, demanding to know why Kane's back in town and whether he's planning to launch another legal battle. But Kane raises both hands in faux innocence, insisting he's simply in Genoa City to explore business opportunities and reconnect with his children, though his tone drips with implication as he mentions that business and family in Genoa City are often the same thing, leaving Devin's jaw tight and eyes blazing as he warns Kane that if he tries to damage the Chancellor Winter's brand again, Devin won't hesitate to crush him in court or in public. And as the music swells and the party grows louder, Kane steps back, maintaining his carefully cool composure while taking in the room like a chess player sizing up his opponents. And, over by the terrace where a spectacular fireworks display is just beginning to boom across the summer sky, Nikki Newman stands with Victor, her elegant red gown shimmering under the glow of the pyrotechnics. But though she attempts to focus on the show, her mind is miles away, haunted by a growing fear that has taken root deep in her chest ever since her tense conversation earlier that day with Claire Grace, who confessed that despite her best efforts to put the past behind her, she's been plagued by nightmares of Jordan returning for revenge. And though Nikki tried to reassure Claire that Jordan is locked away and powerless, the shadows in Claire's eyes were so dark and so raw that Nikki has been unable to shake the creeping dread that perhaps the Newman family isn't as safe as she wants to believe. And while Victor tries to soothe her by promising tighter security and insisting that Claire is simply processing trauma, Nikki remains unconvinced, whispering that sometimes evil has a way of finding its way back, no matter how many prison walls stand in the way. And as the fireworks explode above them, Victor glances over at the Grand Phoenix entrance where Kane is still circulating like a shark, and muses aloud whether Kane might actually be a useful ally against Chancellor Winters, a suggestion that earns him a sharp glare from Nikki, who snaps that inviting yet another snake into their inner circle is the last thing the Newmans need. But Victor, always the strategist, counters that keeping Kane close could allow them to monitor whatever schemes he's cooking up, though Nikki insists that trusting a man like Kane is playing with fire. And as the party drifts into a haze of sparklers and music, Kane makes one last move that sends a collective shiver through the crowd. He steps onto the small stage Phyllis set up for toasts and live music, taps a spoon against a champagne glass, and thanks everyone for the warm welcome back, pausing dramatically as all eyes swivel toward him, and then announces that he's very excited to explore new business partnerships in Genoa City, especially in industries tied to the Chancellor legacy, adding that he's recently come into possession of some fascinating documents that may shed new light on certain inheritances, his words sharp as knives wrapped in velvet, sending Devin into a white-hot rage as Lily hisses for Kane to get off the stage before he blows up the entire night. And Billy, never one to resist jumping into a brawl, tries to pull Kane down by the arm, only for Kane to coolly shake him off, continuing his cryptic speech by hinting that some people in Genoa City have been living off money and power that might not rightfully be theirs, and that the truth always finds a way to the surface. While over by the bar, Phyllis's eyes gleam with the thrill of scandal, and she signals to her bartender to keep the drinks flowing because the drama tonight might be better than any fireworks display. And as Kane finally steps off the stage, leaving a wake of scandalized murmurs and worried glances, Nikki watches from the sidelines, clasping Victor's arm so tightly he winces, whispering that this town has enough enemies already without Kane stirring the pot. And though Victor assures her he'll handle it, Nikki's fear lingers in her eyes, a fear not only of what Kane might unleash but of the dark forces she senses gathering closer to the Newmans once more. And as the episode races toward its final moments, the camera weaves through the Grand Phoenix ballroom, catching glimpses of Lily pacing near the windows, Billy muttering into his phone trying to call Jill, Devin storming away from the party to plot his next defensive move, and Kane slipping out onto the balcony, staring out over the city lights with a predator's patience, his silver briefcase still clutched at his side like a loaded weapon, leaving viewers with the chilling realization that Kane's return is far more than a nostalgic cameo, and that the true fireworks for Genoa City have only just begun, promising a summer of explosive secrets, corporate warfare, and personal vendettas that could leave no one unscathed. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.